I see that you guys decided that you guys want to see a Targon deck, and I got it for you. I got it coming for you guys, and I'm going to work on that now. But then I saw this video. I didn't watch it, as you can see, 3 seconds. Big Runeterra changes, 40-minute video from Grappler, which is kind of insane. So I thought, like, okay, there must be something spicy. So instead of watching his video, I thought I'll just pick up the thing and look at it. Oh yeah, this is the roadmap. I didn't even... This is not what he's reacting to, but this came out the day before, so I figured I'd just give you guys all my opinions on everything, and yeah, let's just go right into it. So, expected to see the following soon, right? Rotation, more LOR exclusive champions, so that's cool. So Nora is the only exclusive champion that we have, so that's crazy. So new items and champions in the Path of Champions, relic balance in the Path of Champions, new competitive structure, which we'll read soon, prestige PvP rewards, which is cool, so give you a reason to actually climb the ladder, and new formats, which are similar to rotation. We're currently working on upcoming updates and patches, ways to flex your achievements, which is kind of nice to do, chances to get legacy content and other offers, and monthly adventures, the Path of Champions. So something to do monthly in the Path of Champions, which is really good. There are a ton, more than I thought, of actual Runeterra content creators that actually purely focus on the content of champions, Path of Champions, which is really cool. I think it would be nice if some other of us, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I don't know, it would be cool if we also did that too, but a lot of people want to just see competitive stuff from us. They want to see us try meme decks all day. I actually play the Path of Champions more than ranked. The only reason why I play ranked is because of you guys. That's the only reason why I'm diamond. Only reason I should push for Vastus, but I normally don't care. But if Path of Champions gets something cool, like a month, something to do every month, the start of the month or something like that, I'll definitely do that on the channel if you guys are interested, of course. Other ideas we're exploring along with your feedback, ways to play with international friends. Wasn't that possible and then they turned it off? I feel like they was possible and then they turned it off. New limited modes and pre-release experiences, player tournaments, which is nice, and much more. But they also had, I feel like, tournaments and then they reduced them at one point. So this is them just explaining that. So not really gonna read all through that. 2023 quarterly release cycles. Quarterly is like every 4 months, pretty much. Expansion, new champions, mechanics release. So new champions and new mechanics is released. So I don't know about you guys. Do you guys feel like they have too many mechanics? Like Hallowed came into the game, then we had the new mechanic technically because new was a thing. Sometimes I feel like if you throw too many of it, it's like too many decks become like exclusive, like not exclusive, but like easy to build, like not as fun. Like Lurk, would be a good example. But like new also helped out with create, kind of like that's why Victor you see Victor in those new decks because you can create new cards and those new cards are created, so it kind of works together. But you know, Attuned kind of got left behind. I actually would like to see them focus more on some of the old keywords that are not as cool, like maybe Impact or Lifesteal or, you know, something like that. I don't know if they need to keep making mechanics, yes, but keywords, I don't know. But I feel like keywords are also tied into mechanics. So then there's going to be a live balance patch to adjust to ensure optimal gameplay, and then variety set, more balance plus new cards to craft your decks. So that's their cycle that they're working on. Hopefully that's a good thing. So let's go back to news, and then we'll go to what I think I saw Grappler looking at, which is this competitive in 2023. Should Jinx did nothing wrong get competitive? Should we take some time out of our lovely day to actually go competitive, or at least get a high ranking and then freeze the account or something like that and to make different accounts? I think a couple of Legends of Runeterra content creators do that. They have like multiple accounts, so they get one account up to really high and then they go to another account to basically make their BS content, or they just do their normals, either or. So let's see. We have a lot of changes in store, so buckle up for some high-level information on what's going on. We're looking at our competitive systems and what's really meant to refocus on PvP. We asked the community what you wanted for these new systems, from Reddit to Twitter, Discord, calls to DMs. Your feedback directed us towards the 4 goals, and that is more competitive play opportunities, fun and meaningful PvP for all skill levels. This is something that I don't think you'll ever be able to obtain. The low end is not the same as the high end. The people that spam meta decks are never going to be the same as a person that's like bad at the game. Like, I don't know, like the people that are lower end, like I think actually League of Legends does not does not cater to their lower end people. They cater to like the competitive scene, and they know that, which is smart. The people that will emulate the competitive people. That's why people net deck all day. That's why people look up YouTube videos of what's the best version of the character that they like, or what is the best character currently. So I don't know if that you're going to be able to increase it for all skill levels. Experiencing variety through new formats, which they're really hoping the rotation. I think rotation is a terrible idea. And prestigious rewards. With all that in mind, we've made some sweeping changes and are kicking off fresh new beta season. Since this is a beta, not all the changes will be implemented yet, so this will also act as a sneak peek of things to come. Your feedback will be absolutely integral in helping us shape what competitive will look like when we move out of our beta season. So please head over to Reddit and leave your thoughts and impressions in a thread here. I guess I'll click that for the time being, then we'll go back to it. Check out what's the same, what's changing, and what's new below. So we have the Gauntlet tournaments. Gauntlets have traditionally been a way to earn prime glory and practice in the same format as seasonal tournaments. We experimented with the Time Winder Gauntlets to see how players reacted to them and gain some valuable insight. Taking those learnings, we created Daily Rumbles and Runeterra Opens. What the hell is a Daily Rumble? So Daily Rumble, the Gauntlet structure has changed with the instruction of Daily Rumbles. For the beta season, you'll play until you get 6 total wins or 3 total losses. The Daily Rumble will be a nightly tournament opening in the evening, 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. shard time. Don't know what the hell that means. You can only enter the Daily Rumble once per day, so be ready. Each week, the format of Daily Rumbles will rotate, providing all styles of players an opportunity to scratch that competitive itch. Here's a sneak peek at the first rotation of Daily Rumbles, planned on trying to drop in February. So February 8th to 9th, they will have a pretty much like a gauntlet. Champions Limited Best of 1, Champions Unlimited Best of 1, then we have Standard Best of 3, Standard Best of 3, Runeterra Open, Free Build Best of 1, which is probably like a Super Open and a Standard Best of 1. So they're giving you like these specific days and times that you can like go ham, I guess. Not really go ham, but like actually do something in a competitive format, see if you actually want to be competitive. It's really hard to make card games competitive, like especially a digital one, because there is no physical card, so it's just all online. It's hard to like bring people to a venue or something like that. Like it's really hard. That's why I think card games have suffered in that aspect for a while, right? So now they're breaking down which one. So this one, Champions Unlimited number of champions, max 3 copies of each card, 2 regions. Unlimited number of champions, but you can only have 3 of so it's like, so okay, so if I really want, that's actually interesting. I think that one's kind of interesting. No pick ban, best of 1. So if I wanted to make a deck literally of, hold on, so I'm like, yo, let's make that Shadow Owls. What's a popular deck right now? Isn't Catagwen deck, but I also throw in Kindred but I also throw in Riven and a little bit of LeBlanc, you know. So you can pretty much make a full champion deck, which I'm pretty sure us content creators, someone's gonna do it. It's probably the easiest, funniest thing to do, to make a full champion deck. Or I don't even know if the numbers are even. Can you actually make a full champion deck and actually run it? That'd be interesting to see. This will be fun. But then they have standard, where it goes back to standard deck breaking rules, best of 3, free build, unlimited champions, up to 10 regions, 30 to 75 cards. So the spicy stuff seems like it's going to be, oh wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Forgive me. So yeah, standard, best of 3. So these two seem to be the spiciest. Champions Unlimited and free build seem like they're going to be the more fun things to actually check out, in my personal opinion. Editor's note, after rotation is live, you can expect to see some eternal formats on the gauntlet schedule. Yeah, that makes sense. Daily Rumble buy-in. Okay, so we want Daily Rumbles to foster a competitive feel and have higher stakes. To raise the stakes, we will have a buy-in of 650 green shards. So if I'm not mistaken, that's our basic shards. This price is heavily discounted during our beta seasons, as we want to give you a chance to participate more and really try out the mode. We're still figuring out what number feels right to keep the stakes high enough for everyone to keep their A game, but also low enough to be accessible for players. That I don't like. The reason why I don't like that is because the green shards are used to actually get cards. So for people like me, that have every card, every time an expansion comes out, we get all the cards. Sometimes I still run pretty low, but to have them for green shards because yeah, 200 coins is like nothing. I think it, let me see how much that is. Yeah, $5 will get you 200 coins. Actually gives you way more than that. So you can spend $5 and you can enter in 2 daily rumbles at that point, which as you can see, they're kind of almost a little bit back to back. This one, the cheeky one is like for a day. Meanwhile, the other one, like the next one after that is a little bit longer. So I don't know. I don't like that it costs something. Like what are the rewards? The rewards seem to be 10 trophies plus contender title. What the hell are trophies? Like, why do I want a trophy? Why am I spending the ways to get cards to do this? And this is going to be something that's frequent. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. Runeterra Open. In Runeterra Opens, you will play until you acquire 8 wins or 3 losses. Each month, 2 weeks after the update, we will hold a monthly Runeterra Open. The Runeterra Open is available on Saturday and Sunday, and you'll get a chance. You get to play once during the weekend. This is a large tournament with no entry fee that everybody can participate in. Everybody in caps. This will have greater rewards and offer more rapid progress towards your season reward track than daily rumbles. They all also provide an opportunity for our most competitive players to train and compete for high stakes more frequently. So this is like each month. It's like this is a bigger thing that's actually free. The Runeterra Open is like a free thing. So they really want to have people in the Runeterra Open. They want a big payout out of that. Or not big payout, big turnout out of that. It is important to us that anybody can participate with no entry fees for the Runeterra Opens. We really hope that this can be a super exciting moment for the community where everybody can come together and try their hand at competition, regardless of how sweaty they are. After beta season, a second layer of competition will be added to the Runeterra Opens. Day 1, Saturday, will remain unchanged from what you see in the beta season, but day 2, players will have players with qualifying scores face off in a head-to-head tournament with one winner decided. One winner, damn. We'll be adjusting the rewards after the beta season to reflect. This is like title is like eh. The reason why some of these stuff don't work is because card games, especially Runeterra, is long. So if you have these long things and you're not getting anything, especially not a cash buys, which they, you don't always have to give cash buys, but some of these things you're asking people to pretty much dedicate, especially a weekend, for long periods of time. I don't know if that's going to work out. I don't know if that's going to work out for the daily rumbles, and it depends on how they make it happen, but that's usually why some of these things don't work out, because card games take so long. You have to play 30-40 minutes and you have to still be available for your next opponent. 8 wins, like I said, what was it? This one's 8 wins. The other one is I think it was 7 wins, something like that. Like, that's a lot of time that you have to be able to dedicate, especially if it's a wins not straight. So like, you can get a couple wins, lose, get a couple wins, lose. So it's a lot of time you're dedicating to that. And if you're getting trophies, which I again don't know what that is, or titles, contender title, bait title, reckoner title, something it needs to be a little bit more spicy in my opinion. Once we finally move out the beta season, every second Runeterra Open in the season is going to be buffed up to a World Qualifier Open. Placing first in the World Qualifier Open will auto-qualify you for the Worlds as opposed to regional qualifiers in the past. We still aren't ready to share exact reward structures yet, but once we finish beta season, we will be sure to update you with more details. Basically, once they see how many people are actually give a fuck, then we'll see how much rewards we give. Do we need to step the rewards up? Do we need to step them down? Is there enough hype, or do we need to keep making the rewards bigger so there is more hype behind it? There's obviously a difference. Like, why don't you just give out $1 million? Like, well, what if we put out 100,000 and they're fine with it? Or what if we put out 10,000 and they're fine with it? Then why would we skip straight to a 1 mil? It's basically stuff like that. I feel like that's what they're looking for. They're looking to gauge interest to see how much they have to invest into this. Remember, they have a fighting game coming, right? It has a fighting game coming, probably not this year, probably in the next couple of years or whatever. They have the rumored MMO. There's a lot of stuff. So diving money into Runeterra and there's not enough interest would be a waste for them. So they have to be really critical about how they, where they spend their money and how it's going to be spent, stuff like that. So Worlds 2023, many players wanted to see Alan QZ at the 2022 Worlds Finals. We're listening and want to officially announce that 2022 World Finals Aragon Orn will directly qualify to these Worlds. Alan's commentary was legendary, so I'm personally glad we got to unleash his talents as a caster. Okay, our old system of seasonal points and ladder points is going away, and now we'll just have Runeterra points. Okay, Runeterra points are earned primarily from Runeterra Opens and World Qualifier Opens. Additionally, a very small amount can be earned from participating in the ladder. Also, like just playing ranked. During our beta season, we will not be rewarding Runeterra points. We're going to be tweaking the exact numbers to make sure we get it right, but we want to give you a high-level view of what to expect. You can provide us with feedback appropriately. So, month 1, Runeterra Open. Month 2, World Qualifier Open. And then month 3, Runeterra Open. So there's those 2 of them. There's the World Qualifier, there's Ladder, and then there's Grassroots. You let us know that playing all year only to have your journey end at regional qualifiers without facing off against the top talent around the globe felt really bad. So to make Worlds feel even more competitive and rewarding, we constructed a new flow. This year, qualifying for Worlds is going to throw you directly into the international stage. Instead of each shard qualifying 64 players, there will be a pool of global players qualified straight to Worlds. There will be 4 main ways to qualify for Worlds. 1, earn top cut Runeterra points cumulative for the entire year. 2, earn top cut Runeterra points from a specific season. 3, win a selected Runeterra Open. 4, win a chance qualifier tournament held leading up to Worlds. So they are trying like they want to make their competitive scene bust, and they already have I think every once in a while when I catch up with League of Legends news, they always have like a bunch of qualifiers, a bunch of teams popping off and stuff like that. It's really hard to make a 1v1 game pop off, and this is not an issue that just card games have. Fighting games have the same issue. People like team-based sports. People like team-based stuff like basketball and football. In my opinion, basketball, football, baseball, soccer is always going to be bigger than like tennis. Like, it's just like people like the team aspect. They like to see plays being organized. So 1v1s are always hard to do. So I like that they're just trying to get more people involved to make the competitive scene, make more stories, make more arcs. That's how the commercialization of this stuff goes. That's where it's cool, where it's like, oh my god, Jinx did nothing wrong versus Snooey. This is the 6th time they fought, blah, blah, blah. But like, if you don't have that, if you don't give, you know, I'm using Snooey as a good example because he's a very prominent content creator, and I think, I could be wrong, he doesn't always go competitive because I think he used to be competitive in regular League of Legends. So he needs an incentive. A person like him needs an incentive to go hard, or should he just keep content creating? And if you can get the content creators on your side and have other people do that, that would be big. If you have me do it, you have other people do it, you have Grappler do it. I can't wait to watch Grappler's video because I really want to see if Grappler would go competitive. Because a lot of the times we all we take decks, we bullshit our way up into the heavens. But if there was an actual reason for us to play like seriously, I would love to see what content creator would come out on top. Or they can do the cheesy way, which is just make a content creator league, and then you take the top content creators and you make them face each other for shits and giggles. But they want content creators that, like Alan qualifying and winning is great. The other guy, I don't actually know who he is. The other winner, I don't know if I'm assuming he was a thing, but you want to make sure of both, pretty much. So boom, visual mock-up for differences, whatever. Ladder will no longer be an avenue to gain entry to seasonal tournaments. That's isn't that like when people are like, I need to get the masters up to this, and this. Therefore, ladder will also reward fewer Runeterra points than other competitive paths. We're not leaving ladder fans wrung out to dry. However, we're exploring with more ways to reward players who love climb, including. This is smart. This is the people that don't want to grind ladder. Like I personally don't like to grind ladder, but if I can go into one of these tournaments, I'm already a quote unquote good player, and you might not think that that's true based on the videos that I drop. And I would be tempted to agree with you. But what it does do is that if I just join these qualifiers and I'm actually good, maybe I troll too much on ladder, then I actually can be one of these people. So I think that that's fantastic. I don't care to climb ladders in any ranked environment. I usually don't. I just like to play. I like to play in ranked. I like to play in those environments because that's where the competitiveness is. That's where I get to test my decks out. So if you give me an ability to play in a tournament and I bring my Changeling deck, I bring my my Jin decks, and I play against other people, and then it's different. Like it's so much different when there is a meta in comparison to fighting a random person because you queued up versus I'm fighting against, I keep using Snooey, it's the easiest. I am fighting against Snooey and I know he's bringing his Victor Riven deck, his best deck. He's playing that. I'm fighting him. Let me adjust. Let me do something. I know how he plays this. It's more hype in my personal opinion. So yes, player titles for the top ladder finishers each season. Top 8 during the beta season will receive the Righteous title. Top 100 receive the Divine Flame title. Where are these titles? Like like when I play League, there's no titles or anything like that. So I don't know if those are just fillers or they're gonna do like there's other games that do that where you get like a little title thing. It's weird. We hope that this will allow ladder to fulfill its role as a competitive practice ground. There we go. To test your creative and hone your skills against the meta. Yeah, this is what they want. They want rank to not to become a joke, but they want rank to not be where the competitiveness comes from, and that's kind of how it is. It's actually, this is true. You use League of Legends uses rank for a person that's good to get to the highest rank, whatever it is in League Masters or Challenge or whatever the hell it is, and then at that point that person needs to then make an effort to go into something competitive. Like being the highest tier usually is just it's a time difference. Like you play for 8 hours a day, it's very likely that you're gonna end up in Masters as long as you don't actually suck. So like they want to see like who actually wants to be notarized, who wants to be in the spotlight. That's the difference here. PvP rewards, shitty wings up to Kale wings. Cool. Whatever that means. Seasonal badge is a way to customize your profile. Don't care. Titles. World Ender Initiate, I think it is. So yeah, these are the titles. I don't really care for stuff like this. I've seen it. It's actually more of a mobile gacha game kind of thing, where you get a title so people can know that you did something. I think also Call of Duty does it too. So like if you have a title that's locked behind, let's say winning with the World Runes, right? If you win with the World Runes, you get a title. The title is, something that someone else knows. Oh, this guy, at least at one point in time, won with the World Runes. Or you can have it, which I'm reading here a little bit there, a way to express to show off you are a player, who you are as a player. We also see this as an opportunity to reward the most exceptional players with premier titles that prove their mettle. Some titles also have the ability to level up. For example, if you finish a daily rumble with 6 wins, you unlock the contender title. If you manage to get 10, you get the rival title. I don't care about that, but I think it'd be better for like a guy that's won 100 times with the Rise win con. He gets the World Ender or the World Rune Mage guy. The guy that has transformed allies with the World Ender, after he gets to a certain time, he gets a different thing. Like, so that you know that guy probably plays a lot of Aatrox, which sometimes is the tell, but it's still a cool thing. That would be cool. Hopefully they do it that way. Trophies represent your victories. For that, I don't care. Season reward track. Okay, so they're showing the new thing. So Runeterra open. These things are going to be there. There we go. See, look, title, Runeterra. So I think it's going to be cool for content creators. But I'm interested to see how many new faces will pop up because you don't need to spam rank to get into that. So I can actually just start a fresh account and just play straight up like that, which it would be stupid to do that because I wouldn't have all the cards. Shooting for Targon's Peak. The Legends of Runeterra team is full of dedicated developers that are scrappy and wear many hats to get awesome features out to you, the players. We are really doubling down on communication with the community in 2023, and part of that is being more transparent and sharing things early on in the development process so we can get your input. We want to make sure we're prioritizing efforts around what matters to your players, so here are some aspects we're beginning to scope out. We can really use the feedback on which of these features you want to see from us so we can invest our resources in the right place. Grassroots tournaments. We would love a world in which we can partner with some of our very dedicated community tournament organizers to offer a small amount of Runeterra points to further incentivize hardcore players to play in these community tournaments, expanding the circuit and opportunities for players to meet and compete we feel would be a massive win. This requires a deep dive into what sort of support we can legally provide, as well as needing some features requests, but with enough interest, we feel like it is definitely on the table. Grassroots tournaments, I think that's a cool one. They have to, I don't know if they fixed their spectator mode. I think I still see the stupid camera of a camera kind of thing. They need to allow people to run with, I mean, even if I wanted to run a tournament with my smaller community size, I should be able to do it. I shouldn't need like these weird thing like, yeah, tournament creator tools. This is one that has been on our radar for something super cool, but it's also super complicated. This would definitely require a lot of resources from our team and engineers, but if we have enough desire for it, we will begin to exploring whether or not it's possible for us to develop this without delaying other planned content releases. I don't know about that. Like, I feel like that should be right up the alley, making sure that you can create tournaments and that anyone can make a tournament. I've actually seen recently, I think it was not Mastering Runeterra, it's another application that allows you something that Shadowverse, another card game, has always had, which is allowing you to see what cards you've played, what cards the opponent has played, how many of that card that they've played it. And in Runeterra, in Shadowverse, it goes even deeper than that. Imagine if you could see at a glance, just from like clicking on something, how many created cards that they played so far. I'm trying to think of another thing. How many time bombs are actually currently in the deck? How many things like that? Like that is actually how many go hards are in your deck? You know, what is the likelihood? So you could actually see in a snap, Marvel Snap, you could actually see very easily how to play something like okay, maybe I should go for draw. Now you can see puff caps, you can see flash bombs, but there is some more intricate stuff that you could actually do to kind of help out, and I think it would help the tournament scene as well, because sometimes a shoutcaster doesn't know how many of something might be in a deck, how much of this that was played, and the current like replay thing that they have in there is absolutely garbage. It doesn't even tell you relevant information, or mostly relevant information. Most of the time, one of the biggest questions that I've seen is how many of that has they played? Is that their third Zoe? Is that their second Zoe? How many of them have I killed? I should be able to see something like that mid-match. Anyway, cross-shard competition. Our community is pretty tight-knit, and we have a lot of people who organize and participate in tournaments that have friends who are separated by shards. We're currently investigating how we can make it possible for players to play cross-shard without having to jump through quite as many hoops. What does cross-shard mean? Like, I guess, like, different regions? Frequently asked how... Okay, okay, we're almost at the bottom. Okay, cool. Frequently asked question, how much time will it take to complete a season reward track? We want PvP rewards to feel prestigious as much. We want the most difficult reward track items such as Diamond Season, Badge, and Gladiator time to be more difficult to attain. It's important that these signify some of our best and most dedicated players. Daily rumbles are meant to test effort as well as allow players to do. That means playing in dailies over the course of an entire season should allow you to claim more rewards. That's true. Runeterra opens are a community celebration, but also a test of skill. Everyone who participates will receive large. Okay, that's okay. How can we advocate for our favorite format to come to the weekly gauntlet? Excellent question. We're participating in a Reddit community, so you have to be on Reddit. I hate Reddit. Please head over to the lore Reddit and look for sticky thumbnails, format, feedback. Even if English isn't your first language, don't hesitate to come in contact, which you should, I guess they would have this in a different language. Okay. What about the World Ender seasonal tournament that is on the old system? Winners from the World Ender seasonal format will be directly okay, so then they can earn Runeterra points during the beta season. No. How long is the rank season? Once out of beta, a tournament season will be 3 months. However, each tournament season will have 2 rank seasons. How long is the beta season? We don't know. Will the season reward track update every season? Yes. Whoa, tournament season, what the heck does that mean? Tournament season, how can we leave our feedback in the subreddit? They want it in Reddit. Okay, so what do you guys think? I think that this is a cool thing because they didn't mention anything wrong or bad. I think that this thing, trophies, needs to really be explained. What the hell is a trophy? Maybe I just personally don't know what a trophy. I like these different things. Actually, I play Master Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and they do stuff like this. They have weird tournaments or things that kind of, maybe that's where they got it from, like stuff that just mix things up, make you build your deck a little bit differently, instead of enforcing you out of the meta. So it forces different content creation, it forces this overall fun for people that don't content create. It's a win-win on both sides, and I also like that they're forcing people not to necessarily spam ladder, but to actually make a conscious effort. Do you want to be competitive? And I'm interested again to use my decks, my creations, in that format to showcase that, you know, I can make a really cool deck. Because a lot of the times when you make a deck, you have to make certain like changes based on what the meta is, and that's going to be big. It really makes the game more. It makes me hype, actually. I'm really interested to see how people are going to anticipate. What are they going to do? Or are they going, or is they're gonna, no one wants to do this, they just want to play Path of Champions all day. But yeah, even then, the other things that they're going to be more Path of Champions, so more content, more stuff to do in Runeterra, more stuff to report on. Content creators win. The regular schmuck that just smacks in and turns on is going to win. The guy that doesn't play anything competitive at all, just wants to play against AI in the Path of Champions, they're winning. Everyone's winning. Runeterra's up. I love it. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys like, and I got to work on the other video for you guys. So peace.